Hey y'all, my name is Sierra Monroe and I want to be your goal friend. Yes, that's right. I want to help you achieve your goals. I'm a spiritual advisor and life coach with a specific focus on helping people to use practical methods and understanding the science behind spirituality to achieve their goals. A lot of the times, the spiritual concepts that we hear of seem so high level that it's hard to truly grasp. And when you get into the science behind spirituality and behind manifestation and achieving your goals, and if you understand how to plan your goals and break your goals down into smaller steps, it makes the process of getting started and executing and following through with your goals and your manifestations a lot easier. And I'm here to help you break down your goals, plan your goals, organize, stay motivated, hold you accountable, execute, and do it in a creative and fun way. So if you are looking for someone to help you talk about your ideas, to be a sounding board, to help you conceptualize. Okay, maybe you have some ideas or some goals, but you don't quite know how to conceptualize it, how to articulate it, where to start. Okay, I can help you do that. One of the ways that I plan on helping you to be successful with achieving your goals and evolving spiritually is to delve deeper into the subconscious, unconscious mind. Deep within our subconscious, unconscious mind lies a lot of belief systems that we may not even be aware of that could be negatively impacting our abilities to manifest, achieve our goals, and evolve. So I want to help you break those down, identify them to see what they even are, and then once you identify them, get to the root cause. What are some of the things that are causing you to think negatively about yourself, think negatively about your relationship with money? What are some of the things that are causing your anxiety, your overwhelm? Okay, like I said earlier, a lot of the times with goals and getting started, we are looking at the big picture and it seems like it is impossible to ever get there. I want to help you break that large goal down into smaller goals and smaller steps so that way getting started doesn't seem as hard or difficult or overwhelming. Okay, I can help you to break things down to a level that's easy for you to understand and easy for you to get started with. We have several cognitive functions in our brains that really can contribute to our potential in actualizing the things that we want to do. We aren't always fully aware of how the brain works and how to use it to our advantage. So I definitely would love to delve deeper into that with you, okay? We will be discussing things like the 7 forms of intelligence, well, the 7 to 9 forms of intelligence, animal archetypes, animal personality traits, getting into the psychology behind the mind, breathing techniques, how to deal with anxiety, how to look at these things from a practical standpoint as well as a spiritual standpoint. So my goal is to help you balance things out, okay? That is one of my specialties. But I also want to be able to help people in the corporate world as well. I have been in the corporate world for over 10 years, okay? I've moved up the ladder in the corporate world, and I want to be able to help you to do the same. I'm very good at interviewing, and I'm very good at the little personality test that you have to take in order to get hired. As a matter of fact, my job used my personality test as one of the tests to be example of what they are looking for when people are filling those out. So I want to do mock interviews with you all. I want to help you to prepare for behavioral style interviews. You know, those interviews where they're not just talking to you about your skills and how well you can do the job. They want to talk to you about your past experience. how did you handle this situation? You know, when they ask you, do you recall a time where you had a goal that was difficult to meet, a deadline that was difficult to meet? How did you do that? How did you handle a customer that was extremely rude to you in a certain situation? I want to go over the common questions that are asked in those behavioral style interviews and tell you how to prepare for them, because you don't necessarily know which questions they will ask, but I can help you prepare to be ready to answer any type of question. Okay, so I want to help you with that. I do very, very well with that, and I want to show you my techniques and how I'm able to do that. We can talk about how to write resumes. We can talk about how to blog to bring more people to your website. We can talk about how to be successful at vendor events. Not only have I been in the corporate world and recently just left the corporate world, but I'm also an entrepreneur as well. So I make and create products to sell. Not only do I sell products that are already made, but I actually create products all on my own. I want to teach you how to bring that concept you have in your head as far as a product to life, how to actually plan the execution of creating an actual product, whether it be creating a book, a journal, oracle cards, candles, skincare products, hair care products, all kinds of things. I can't even name all of the things that I've done. And I want to share my knowledge with you and help you tap into your potential. We want to act on that potential. We don't want to leave the potential inside of us. We want to act on our potential so that way we can live our best lives. So, why am I moving into the realm of life coaching? Simply because it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I naturally do in my everyday life, from personal friends, family, and coworkers. People I don't even know on social media reach out to me to ask me for my advice, to ask me for my guidance. Can I pick your brain? Lots of people want to pick my brain, and they have actually asked me, are you going to start life coaching? Are you going to start some kind of group? Can I call you? Can I DM you? Can I text you? Can I have access to you outside of social media in some way, shape, or form? I would love to work with you. So not only is it something that I am passionate about, it is something that I actually have been doing for several years in an unofficial capacity, and it has proven to be beneficial to the people that I have helped, so much so that they have asked that I actually create services for life coaching as well as for spiritual reading. So I am a reader, I do tarot readings, but I'm also a life coach. So whether you are wanting to elevate on a spiritual level or just needing some practical advice, I can help you, and I would be happy to do so. So what are some of the reasons why people have reached out to me wanting my help or wanting to speak with me or wanting me to start life coaching courses or giving life coaching sessions? Well, for one, it started because I would share my journey on social media, mainly Facebook. I know a lot of you are into Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, but hey, I am not that great on social media, so I pretty much stick to Facebook. I would share my journey throughout life on Facebook, whether it would be spiritual or what I was dealing with at work, what accomplishments I achieved, what some of the things were that I was thinking about doing and working on, and I would actually share the progress. So from start to finish, when I came up with an idea, I would say, I want to do this, I want to do that. Next thing you know, you see me posting me in the process of creating it, and then you see the finished product. So people actually got a chance to see, not only does she say what she wants to do, this girl actually does what she wants to do. If she says she's going to do something, she actually does it. She executes it, and she executes it well, okay? Yes, I believe that I execute well, but those aren't just my words, okay? Those are the words of other people as well, okay? So that is one of the reasons why people started reaching out to me in Facebook Messenger, DMs, things of that nature. They had questions. How were you able to write that book that you wrote and then design that book and actually create the book? And now we're physically looking at the book. How are you able to do that? How are you able to create those oracle decks? How are you able to create those candles? Where are you getting your products from? How are you making them look as pretty as you're making them look? How are you doing all of this stuff so quickly? And how are you doing that with a child while being employed? So people were kind of just fascinated by not only how ambitious I was, but my execution, how well and professional my products look, and how I was able to balance it all with being a single mother and still doing well in corporate America. So people just had questions about how are you doing all of this stuff. One of the answers is I like to research. I like to figure things out on my own. So if I want to do something, I will figure out how to do it, or I will figure out where to go to get it done. Okay? Research, research, research will be your friend. Another reason is I'm just a very ambitious person. I am a very organized person, and I have a high level of spatial intelligence. Being able to daydream, being able to see things in my mind, conceptualize them exactly how I want them to be in the 3D, in real life, and then I'm able to create that. But the good news is you can have high spatial intelligence too. You just have to work on it. And if you don't know what that is, I will be happy to teach you what that is and how to increase that and use it for your benefit. Another thing that I had to learn was the art of transmutation. I was able to take situations that were meant to bring me down and hold me back, turn those around and use it as fuel to help me progress and move forward in life. I can help you do that by helping you work on your mindset, your subconscious mind, and all of those different type of keywords, buzzwords that you hear out there. Well, I actually understand the meaning of those words. I'm not just regurgitating. I understand what they mean and I practice them in real life. So people started to realize this girl practices what she preaches. She lives by what she talks about. And people wanted to talk to me and connect with me because of that and my down to earth nature. Okay, I'm just a very easy person to talk to. I will still hold you accountable, okay, and I will help you to work through your feelings and work through what the next step should be, create action plans, things of that nature. So I think people just saw how well balanced I was spiritually, practically, creative wise. I'm a very creative person, and I know how to create products that draw in people's eye, okay, that allure people to your products and make them want to know more. And people just wanted to know more about me. Who is this girl that's always creating, and how can I get things done as efficiently as she does but still execute well? Another reason why people like to work with me is because, like I said, I'm relatable, but also technically I'm supposed to be a negative statistic, but despite what society says I should be, I am flourishing. I'm a young single mother who attended college but did not complete college and had to start working at a young age in order to support my son. I am also a single woman. I'm not in a relationship. I'm unmarried. And the way that society talks about single mothers who did not graduate college, or people who didn't graduate college, or people who are black people, let's just say it, okay? Being a black woman in corporate America, that's a whole nother topic. Technically, I'm not supposed to be doing as well as I'm doing based on the way society treats us and talks about us. And it's been inspirational for people to see that I've been able to overcome those obstacles, overcome those negative statistics, not fit into the negative labels that people put on young single mothers or young single parents or people who did not graduate college. I actually make more than so many people that have graduated college. Now, I'm not saying college is not a good thing to do and something that I don't recommend, but what I'm saying is it does not mean you are smarter than the next person, or that you're not as smart as the next person if you did not graduate college, or if you did, okay? One of my examples that I love to use is one of my friends who actually has a degree in English and was an English teacher, okay? She knows pretty much every word in the dictionary. However, she still has to reach out to me to ask me to help her to articulate what it is that she wants to say when it's time for her to create a document or a class or something for the workplace, okay? And the reason is because articulation is something that you can have naturally. You can be taught how to do it, but most of the time it's something that comes naturally. So having knowledge is one thing. Being able to articulate yourself is another thing. Being able to execute is another thing. Being able to draw people into you is another thing. Being able to teach yourself how to do something when there is no reward as far as getting a degree or getting good grades, just because you want to learn it, that's a whole nother thing. And that is how I am. I love to learn. I have a wealth of knowledge, and a lot of people think that I graduated college when they speak to me because I'm still intelligent. I'm still smart. I was in advanced classes from the time I was in kindergarten, okay? So people are being able to see, okay, this certain statistic doesn't have to look the way that society says it has to look. And if she's able to do it, I'm able to do it. So being a source of inspiration for people, being somebody who speaks up and goes against the grain when it's necessary, when other people are afraid to, that has drawn people to me as well, okay? So I think people kind of see me as a little bit fearless, so that is why a lot of people are wanting to connect with me in one way or another. So I didn't say all that to brag on myself, although I do recommend being confident and knowing your worth and knowing what it is that draws people to you. I didn't say all that to brag on myself. I just want you all to know a little bit about me and a little bit about the things that people have said to me in a complimentary way to see why you may or may not want to work with me, okay? I want you to know whether or not I would be a good fit for you. Okay, so next I'm going to talk a little bit about my Patreon that I am starting, which is why I'm making this video. So I was thinking about how am I going to go about offering my life coaching courses. I already have readings available online where people can book readings. But how am I going to go about the life coaching thing? And in order to serve as many people as possible and cover a variety of different products, I felt like Patreon would be the best because I create so many different type of products and people reach out to me about so many different types of goals that they have based on the products that they've seen me make. And I'm the kind of person that just kind of does whatever I feel like doing, like a jack of all trades kind of person. So in order to be able to talk to a larger number of people about a variety of different things, I felt like Patreon would be the best way to go. So that way we can have live discussions where people can ask me questions in real time, and I can give you all content that I made ahead of time. So access to certain videos, certain information, readings. If you want the readings, you don't have to. I know not everybody's into that, but if you want readings, pre-recorded readings specifically for the group of people on my Patreon, I can do that. Offering you all the option to have a product of the month where I ship a product to you every single month. So basically just kind of tailoring it to the people that actually sign up. I felt like Patreon is the best way to create an environment where I can have things already set up as far as what I want to do, but also go off of what the people are wanting. Okay, I will actually ask you all, what are you all wanting to talk about? What are you all wanting to do? And I can cater it around to the people that actually sign up, because sometimes it's hard to figure out what most people are going to want, what the majority of people are going to want. And depending on the number of people that sign up, I may be able to cover so many different topics, so that way everybody is able to get some sort of value, but at an affordable rate. I also wanted to make it affordable so that the people who need access to it can have access to it. And Patreon allows you to have different tiers, so people can choose the tier that fits their budget, but also I wanted to make it cheaper, as cheap as possible, because I want people to be able to afford it. And doing things in a group setting makes it cheaper and easier because you're kind of dealing with several people at once. So it frees up your time. Now, there will be the option to sign up for individual coaching as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the different tiers that will be available on my Patreon. Okay, y'all, so let's discuss the different tiers that will be available on my Patreon. And I do have some information written on these note cards here because I can't remember off the top of my head what all the tiers include, okay? And I want to make sure I get the most accurate information to you all. So excuse me while I read off my cue cards, okay? So the first tier is the Pick My Brain, and that tier is the cheapest. It is $10. I had them out of order. So that tier is the cheapest. It's $10. So with that tier, and I named that tier because people would literally message me like, hey, can I just talk to you? Can I just pick your brain? Can I tell you my idea about something? Do you think it's a good idea? How should I go about it? So that's why I came up with the name Pick My Brain, okay? So the Pick My Brain tier is $10. It allows you access to detailed information and instruction on how I create my products, how to create and edit videos and content, passive marketing, not necessarily having to walk up to somebody and be like, hey, do you want to buy this? I will teach you how to market passively, how to draw people into you instead of you having to walk up to them, okay? I will be motivational and provide motivational content to help keep you accountable, teaching you how to find your life purpose, and how to set and execute goals. So I will be providing a lot of different information on how to set goals and execute goals, okay? I'll also provide information on how to navigate corporate America. We can do mock interviews, give interview tips, talk about behavioral interview questions and how to answer them, and basically preparing you for success in the corporate world. How to use affirmations to rewire your subconscious, unconscious mind, and breaking down the science behind spirituality, and so much more, because that's just a little bit, okay? The more ideas I think about, the more I'm going to add, okay? So that is the cheapest tier, which is Pick My Brain. And again, that one is $10. Now, the next tier is $20. It's the Pick My Brain plus access to lives, okay? So when I go live, you'll have access to me in real time, so you can ask me questions and get answers in real time. That has all the benefits of the previous tier, which is the Pick My Brain tier. Plus, you will have access to member-only lives about goal setting, transmutation, asking me questions in real time, group life coaching sessions, okay? Talking about manifestation, healing, motivations. We can do live readings if you want to. We can do writing workshops if you want to, how to write blogs to attract people to your website, all that kind of stuff. The possibilities are endless with the lives, okay? And that is the $20 tier. The next tier, I can't remember exactly how much. I believe it's $45. So it's access to the first two tiers, plus you get a product of the month and a 30-minute one-on-one with me. Now, space is limited for these because you getting a product of the month, you're getting monthly access to me for 30 minutes, and you're getting all of the stuff you get with the other tiers for $45, okay? I can only do that for a certain number of people because I need to be able to make sure I have the proper amount of time to get to everyone. So if you're interested in this, sign up for it quick, okay? Think about it, $45. One product could cost $45. One reading or life coaching session for 30 minutes can cost $45 or higher. Plus, you're getting all the other stuff too. That's a good deal, okay? That is a good deal, okay? So, as far as the 30-minute one-on-one session, you can choose between life coaching, you can choose to do a reading, you can choose to do a vent section where you just need to vent about what's going on in your life. You can ask me questions, you can ask for advice. That is your time, and you can do whatever you want to do in that time. You just cannot ask legal advice, financial advice, or medical advice because you need to go to the proper professionals for that, okay? But everything else, whatever you want to talk about. And then you will get the price or the product of the month. The next tier, I believe, is $55, okay? $55, that's a good price. You get the monthly product, but you get 60-minute one-on-one. So instead of 30 minutes, you get 60 minutes. Everything applies from the previous tiers, only it is 60 minutes instead of 30 minutes for the one-on-one. And again, space is limited for this tier as well. I believe it's 10 spots for each tier because these are discounted prices right now. So in the future, the prices will go up. So if it's something you can afford to do now, I suggest hopping on it, okay? And then we have a final tier, which is the monthly product, the 60-minute one-on-one, and access to rituals where I will actually do a ritual for you, with you, teach you how to do it yourself, and then I'll do it to help you to manifest whatever you're trying to manifest. Or if you are not spiritual and you don't want to do a ritual, I can work one-on-one with you to help you with whatever project you're working on, as long as I have the ability to do it. So if you are working on creating a printable or a book or a journal or oracle cards or something, I will work with you during that time to give you one-on-one, hands-on. We can go through it. You know, the good thing about technology is we can share our screens and all that, so we can go through it. I can help you edit your stuff, whatever you want to do. Like I said, the beauty about this is I am leaving a lot up to you as far as what you want to do. I don't want to restrict it. I want to be able to help people as much as I can. So whatever abilities I have that I can help you with, I want to offer that to you, so you'll be able to use your time for that. And that is a $70 tier, okay? So we've got $10 up to $70 tiers for you all to choose from. So hopefully you find one that is affordable for you. I also want to let you all know that I am certified in life coaching. I have at least 5 different life coaching certifications in several different areas. You do not have to be certified as a life coach, but I felt it would be beneficial to learn and get certified from other life coaches. However, I tend to choose life coaches and certification programs that are created by psychologists and by doctors, because they actually work in the field of psychology and the field of medicine. So they understand the technical side of the concepts we will be discussing. So most of my certifications come from actual doctors themselves, and they have put together these programs to teach life coaches how to be life coaches. So I am certified in at least 5 different life coaching areas, and I'm constantly taking classes, constantly learning myself, okay? If you are going to a doctor or a life coach or some sort of leader and they are not constantly wanting to evolve and learn, and they're not willing to take advice from other people who may have more knowledge and more experience than them, then you're kind of limited to what they know at the time, what they know and where they are in their life at the time. But I'm constantly evolving, and so my Patreons are going to benefit from my constant evolution and the different things that I'm learning as well. There's information that I will be paying to learn, and then I will then break it down for you all for free. So that way you can have that information too, but it will be at a level that pretty much gets to the meat and potato of things, okay? So I do want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. Again, my name is Sierra Monroe, and I want to be your goal friend. I want to work with you to help you achieve your goals, and I look forward to speaking with you and working with you soon. Toodles!